Last night, the news went out that one of my favorite musicians passed away, and I could not let that go. I couldn't let her death pass without mentioning it. Obviously, I'm a musician. There's my bass right behind me. And these books are music biographies. That's Johnny Marr, if you want to know. And there's a Kiss biography next to that. Uh, so anyone who watches this channel knows that I'm a music fan. And Sinead O'Connor was someone I found. I found her fascinating, and her talent was so extraordinary. And it was far more than just nothing compares to you. I just wanted to say a few words in her honor tonight. So when I heard the news last night, my girlfriend texted me because she knows I'm a fan, and I was like, "You're kidding me." On one hand, and on the other hand, I'm like, her demons got to her. And I got online and I started looking at the news, and I broke down in tears. And then this morning before work, I was listening to some of her last album, I'm Not Bossy, I'm the Boss. And I was crying. Thankfully, my girlfriend was in the shower. She didn't see me, but I was just like, oh my God. It was too much. The song Eight Good Reasons, when the first time that I heard that, when it first debuted, I was crying. And ever since then, I still can cry at it. It's just such a beautiful song. If you haven't heard Eight Good Reasons, please check out the music video for it. She puts her career right in front of you. She talks about the music industry, and it's such a sad song, and yet there's a sliver of hope in it. But well, it seems that hope didn't last for her. Check out the entire album. Also, I'm Not Bossy, I'm the Boss. I think it is her best album ever. I think she bears it all. I think all the musical influences excuse me, all the musical influences she had come together. I've been sick for the past month, and this is the leftovers of rough throat. In terms of this channel, there's a song on the album called "The Vishnu Room," which is this delightful ballad. I just highly recommend you to go and listen to that final album she gave to us. I don't know if she ever started recording tracks for the newest album she was going to do. I don't know if we'll ever see anything from that. But if we don't, she left us with something beautiful. And if that's the only thing you take away from today's show, that you should listen to this album, good. It is worth listening to. I've been telling everybody about this album since it came out. That it's just such a great album. When I go out running, I'm a marathon runner. I have an iPod full of like 20 artists, and it's been the same 20 artists for like 2 years now. I don't really change it. I might put something on or take off or add a song. That album is on it because it's perfect for running, and it's a well curated list of 20 artists because there'll be certain things work when I'm running, and Sinead works for me. So just go listen to the album. I think Sinead O'Connor was a voice that we give credit to on some level, but we could give more to. Um, and it's too late now on some level because she should hear the applause. I put her in the category that includes also George Michael and um, I'm totally blanking on his name, and this sucks because I was thinking about it just before. Chris Cornell of Soundgarden. Um, eh, Two amazing voices that should just be lifted up as and you include Sinead, three of the greatest voices we had. The thing I like about Sinead, though, that's a little different from George and Chris, is she really tried to push herself musically beyond what was popular because she destroyed her career. We know that, and she knows that. So she was able to do things that maybe reflected her desires, but maybe didn't get her on the charts. She did an reggae album, hardcore ska reggae. She also did some folk stuff that no one heard. No one heard because her career became shaved head, nothing compares to you, and ripping up the Pope's picture. And that's a shame. People haven't listened to her music because of the scandals around her. She spoke her mind. Sometimes she made sense, sometimes she didn't, but that became more interesting in the music, and that has always made me sad. Um, she was amazing, and she was a soul that hurt. And I believe her entire life and her music was trying to escape the hurt. Now, you may know that her son shot himself or killed himself last year, and that was very traumatic for her. But she also had trauma before then. She had some major health problems. She also was horribly abused as a little girl. When I say horrible, there's a story she has told about her mom telling her prepubescent girl to strip naked completely, lay on the kitchen floor, and then mom would beat her with a broom to destroy her body. And this was normal. Absolutely horrible life. And she was sent off to school and loved it because she could get away from her abusive mother. And then she would escape the school and go out with her guitar and sing. I tell that story. It's a public story. It's from her book, Rememberings, which I read earlier this year. It is a wonderful, wonderful book. If you'd like to know more about Sinead O'Connor and inside of this mind, check this out. It's not that long. You feel like even if she had a ghostwriter, her voice really comes through, and she talks about a lot of stuff, the music, her four kids with four separate men. She talks about the Pope's picture, and it's interesting because she was really into the Rasta world. And she had a lot of friends who were Rasta guys. And so she hung out with them all the time. And there was this one old man who was a mentor, and he goes, "Look, I might not be alive soon." She goes, "What do you mean?" She goes, "They're going to kill me." "What? What do you mean they're going to kill me?" And these Rasta folks had said Jesus this and the Pope and be Christian, whatever. They were very spiritual. And this guy's like, "Well, pray to Jesus for me because they might shoot me because I deal in sex trafficking of children and drugs." And it blew her mind. She was like, You're kidding me. You're touting yourself as a good Christian while you deal with kids." And that actually led to her ripping up the photo. And they'd actually rehearsed this musical bit with a different photo she was going to hold up of like her mother. And then she changed the photo at the last minute. So, like, it zooms in on the camera and all that was planned, but they didn't know what would happen. So she ends up calling out the pedophilia of the Catholic Church, and her career died instantly. And here's the thing, I forget what year that was, but 20 years or something later, she was right. She was 100% right about what's going on in the Catholic Church. And who has apologized to her? Nobody. Nobody. Her career died completely. And she confesses in the book she thought she had friends, but she didn't. They were just people using her. She names one person who actually treated her well, and that was Lou Reed. He treated her very well. And I love Lou Reed. He was another favorite musician of mine. An underdog like her, followed his own path. But she was right about the Catholic Church. And some people have said, according to one book I read too, I don't remember the name of it right now, that that's one of the reasons Benedict retired as Pope. It wasn't for his health, it was because they were about to release a huge multi-year investigation into the pedophilia of the Catholic Church, and he didn't want it to soil his legacy, so he stepped away, and then it was conveniently forgotten about. Supposedly, I don't know. There's some great books out there about the Catholic Church and cover-ups and all sorts of things. Mm, Nothing seems to be happening now. The Pope is fighting climate change and promoting trans issues. So they're not talking about pedophilia anymore. Though there are churches around America that are finding themselves bankrupt due to the payouts. But it's not enough. She was right about this. We owe her an apology. We all sort of should have said, "Sinead, yeah, you were brash. Yeah, you've had done some crazy shit over the years, but you know what? You were right, and I'm sorry." But we never did. Instead, we turned her into a clown And we missed that she was right, and we also missed some great, great music. So if you're interested, check this book out. She talks about her trials with Dr. Phil. She talks about her health problems, the album she was planning on putting out, and she even says in the book she's her own worst enemy. And she says she's been suicidal, and maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. And as of right now, they haven't released why she died. Might have been natural, I don't know, but she was a hurting soul, very hurting soul. And that's obvious from her conversion to Islam that many of us just did not understand, because it felt like she was a strong feminist, and Islam to us doesn't feel that way. But I hope she escaped and found the peace that I think she was always hunting for, and the love that she confesses she never had. And yeah, I want to read something right now, someone else's voice. Hang on. There's an article that I think really summarizes what a lot of other folks, other than myself, feel about her. If you go to the LA Times, there's an article by Allyson McCabe. It's called Sinead O'Connor Was Right All Along. And I just want to read a few paragraphs from that. You can look it up if you want. Allyson wrote a book called Why Sinead O'Connor Matters. I haven't read it. I didn't know it existed until I saw this article, but it might be something interesting to pick up. Might be something you might want to pick up. But I think Allyson really hit on what I feel is the relationship so many people had to Sinead who didn't know her stuff. She writes, for most, sorry, my throat's bothering me. Hang on. This comes from a month of having a sore throat every day, and you can see a past episode of mine about dehydration where I was hurting myself. So sorry about this. So Allyson wrote, for many years, like most of the world, what I knew about Sinead O'Connor was limited to three facts. Her head was shaved. She had to make a hit in 1990 with Nothing Compares to You. And 2 years later, her career came crashing down when she destroyed a photograph of Pope John Paul II on Saturday Night Live. After that, whenever I saw her name, or names such as Magda David and Shahuda Shadakwat, it was invariably tied to tabloid headlines. She's married, she's divorced, she's come out as a lesbian. No, she's not. She's been ordained as a Catholic priest. No, she is Muslim. She's been diagnosed as bipolar. No, well, it's borderline personality disorder. Or maybe her mood swings are because of her hysterectomy, or drugs, or all of the above. I had no idea that long after she stopped making pop hits, Sinead released nearly a dozen albums, many are excellent, recorded songs for film and TV, collaborated with other artists, and contributed music to causes including HIV and AIDS awareness and Black Lives Matter. I didn't know. Now I'm just tearing up. I'm sorry. I didn't know that many of the public statements she made over the years were lucid and insightful, and that she often got them right, especially about important issues. SNL effectively marked the end of O'Connor's career as a pop star, but she never stopped making music or speaking out against social injustice, her activism overshadowed by the relentless attention on her personal struggles, including her mental health, which she spoke about openly, even though it was often used to discredit her. You can find the rest of the article and read the rest. That's so, so very right. Um, please check out her album. I'm Not Bossy, I'm the Boss. I think it is a amazingly beautiful album. The lyrics are so good. Like I said, there's a song related to this channel, the Vishnu Room. Eight Good Reasons. Take Me to the Church was the highlight single from it. And it's a very pop song. I think a lot of people I know was like, whatever. But it's deceptive because the rest of the album doesn't really feel like that. And yet if you dig into that song, the lyrics are kind of interesting. Also, she released a video last year called Trouble of the World. And I would highly recommend checking out this video. So it's the next to the last song she released, the last being a song used in the upcoming Outlander series. And Trouble of the World has a video of her. It's in black and white. It features her marching and singing and Black Lives Matter, and also her in her Muslim outfit. And it's an old Mahalia Jackson song about soon enough leaving the troubles of the world. So it became very prophetic that that would be her last official single. So please do that. Please do that. Go listen to these things. Go listen to this voice. Hunt up her other albums. Uh, Check out this person you might have missed because of all the scandal and the controversy. That's all I have to say about that. Rest in peace. I'm sorry I never got to see her concert. I wanted to. I so wanted to. She was on my short list of people I wanted to see in concert, which I think now includes Adam Ant and Gary Newman, and that might be it. I am so sorry, Sinead. Your demons won out. Thank you for watching. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Swaminarayan. Take care of yourself. And if you should feel yourself suicidal, please do not do that. If need be, reach out to somebody, even a stranger like me. Life is worth living. It really is.